Well, welcome back, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends, and welcome to Bonita Springs. So, this is a little bit of a different project that I have going on. Nothing really for speed builds, nothing really for, episode by episode. This is just a little progress episode that we have going on right now, and I'm actually working on this zoo with my good buddy Forge.
Hello, everybody. I'm Forge. I am kind of a silent member of the community. I don't have a YouTube channel or anything, but I started playing with Leaf a while back and was just like, can we please do something together? And he was gracious enough to let me work with him. So we're here on this project together.
I mean, you were gracious enough to let me work with you.
Oh my gosh.
Let's be completely real right here. But so, welcome to Bonita Springs. So, Forge, I'm just going to tell the people at home just the entire inspiration off of this. I originally wanted to do something based off of Zoo Tampa, and hence the name Bonita Springs. That's a town in Florida. But by the time I actually settled down on a map, this is actually the Australia Tamiami roadside map, and I was like, damn, I want to make something with this like ASAP, because I've never finished a zoo before. Sugar Pine is actually just about to finish up by the time we're recording this, but you can tell this isn't really the biggest map ever. It really only stretches out to like where the grass goes, for complete transparency's sake. But I was like, damn, I really want to do something, and hell, the parking lot takes up like a good chunk of that. So I was like, you know what, I want to finally finish the zoo, and I invited Forge over, and we've just been collaborating since. So of course the entrance is kind of based off of the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens, which is based in Arizona, I want to say, or New Mexico, I'm not really sure. But I really wanted to integrate like all of this beautiful geometric shapes. I'm sorry, I can barely talk anymore, but I really want to integrate a lot more geometric shapes, and you did a lot of beautiful stuff with the entrance as well too. Like, can we talk about this?
Yeah, so this is a little waterfall fountain, but the animal signs in particular, I kind of took this as inspiration from my childhood zoo, Louisville, that has something like this at their front. And even though we don't have gorillas, I really love just the primary colors, the big signs. It's a big welcome to the zoo. So that was a lot of fun to make and just kind of set the vibes really early on.
And I didn't actually notice this until like right now, but I think these colors entirely match the ones that we have going on over here with like the ticket
Did I
shade.
do that on purpose?
I don't know. I think you made that before. But I just really love this. You guys may notice that like a lot of this stuff isn't finished. Like we don't even have like an interior for the ticket booth yet. But we're just building however we see fit. We're not really going in with a set plan. But actually we kind of did. Curtain. Yeah, don't look behind the curtain. But we kind of did go in here with the set plan, because we set up like the entire species list. We kind of did a little bit of a layout beforehand. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like that. And I gotta thank you for coming on and like really guiding me into that direction.
This is sort of standard procedure for me to like start with what am I going to do with the whole zoo? And sometimes that really intimidates me. So having a partner to kind of curb that as well has been good for me. But it's been kind of fun to push you with some of these things. And you really got into it at the beginning. I think you, at some point, were like, hey, I'm at work. Send me a picture of the map because I want to draw some stuff. And I was like, yes, man. I'm right there with you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to open up Ansel right now just to take a quick picture, because I've never looked at this shot before.
This is thumbnail material.
Yeah, Ansel is being a little bit of a poop butt. Let me just take a little snap. Yeah, for some reason it was extremely laggy. But yeah, I hit my stride with this entire entrance right here. And I would say that little thing that we'll get back to over there. And this kind of too, but we'll pop over there anyways. But with that being said, we're just going to pop right over here with the main plaza. And this is actually our second time recording this, because Forge didn't know that he wasn't recording his audio, but it's fine. We all have those L's every day. But
I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't know how this works.
It's fine. It's fine. No one knows how any of this works. So I really wanted to have this open up with a nice big entrance, and I just copied these planters from all the way over here with our beautiful big acacia tree. I don't get the hate that they get. They're so beautiful and they bring in so much color. I wish we actually
really
got two
works.
variants of them.
Yeah, it really works in this kind of dry environment. I don't really love using it in my usual temperate maps, but I think it really works in the desert. So we can take the path to the left first.
All right. And yeah, so we have orangutan. So this was originally a lemur island made by you, right?
Yeah, kind of put it together really quickly. So I'm not really ashamed to see it go, but this is really cool.
We still get to integrate them. I mean, we talked about in the last episode, quote unquote, like 5 minutes ago, that we're gonna have some backstage viewing for the orangutans as well, just having like a nice indoor area for them. But I just love seeing these guys climb around. I wish they had brachiation, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with how they move around their habitat. And like Andrew Wyatt made the perfect like frame set because it's just all traversable. And my computer's like chugging when I even open that up, but you guys get it. I just love watching them like climb all the way up there. And even using Haribo's stone walls, and I gotta give a shout out to Nick for actually making them recolorable. But oh my gosh, just using like the beautiful bright red and oranges and browns and like all those colors, it turned out so good, especially alongside those rocks. I love it. And over here, of course, since we do have a bunch more lemurs, I was thinking of turning this into a lemur island right over here, just to really rebrand what you had going on over there, but on a much smaller scale. I feel like that's the perfect size for lemurs anyway, so I don't really need too much. I don't know. I'm very excited.
And then we get the very first thing that you built habitat-wise.
Habitat-wise, yeah. So this is our little kangaroo walkabout area, and this entire section around here will be kind of turned into the Australia section. And thinking we can kind of even expand it out a little bit towards there, because that's just kind of dead area right there as of now. But this was super fun to put together, and like everything that you came in with, like all your details, they turned out so good. So this is one of my favorite things. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things. Just like the waypoints and everything. Just like, I love it so much. And the like environment around here too.
You did such a good job with the landscaping.
I went ham. I don't know who built this, but it definitely wasn't me. Except it definitely was me. But just seeing everything over here, like the G'day, the Down Under. These are, I think these are either Haribo's or Goron's birdhouses. And I put the
really cute
speakers inside them, and they work so well too. It's just small details that really works so well for these. And like the little painted rock right there from the Australia set. And just all the branching paths that you can go down to kind of walk around the kangaroo exhibit.
Do you want to show everybody the bat house?
I really want to, yeah. So Southwick's has something like that, and Forge was like, listen, Leaf, we got to get a bat house in here. It's perfect for the Australia section. So I gave Forge his little bat house. I just gave him a baseball bat. This is what we have over at Southwick's too. It's just a little thing for the kids. But maybe down the line we could actually add a real bat house. It's so funny.
It is. It's really funny. I think you should put that on the workshop.
Honestly, I will soon. Now, we should probably talk about this really quickly as well.
Yeah, quickly, our vibes here. Our vibes here transitioned from kind of a roadside Zoo Tampa inspired thing to like kind of a hipster zoo, I guess. Where it's just like based on experiences and kind of more high-end stuff. And so here we've got a brewery with some things on tap that you might recognize, like Foxborough Brew or Stoppable Stout or Biska Biergen, Lion Rider IPA. I had a lot of fun coming up with these little puns.
Oh my gosh, we gotta get more beer houses around here. Just all this special. You're quick to the punch with those. I love it. But I love the style that you're going for, and of course, I know you said earlier that you're gonna decorate this place a lot more. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna
Especially
turn out.
when somebody gets their backpack out.
That's
We'll
right.
have a lot more junk to throw around.
I'm so excited to get that out. I'm so excited that I have not touched it in months.
Oh
Whoops.
gosh.
Yeah, I'll get to that soon, but are you planning on having a habitat right through here?
I was thinking about it.
All right.
But we don't have flamingos in here, and that would maybe be a nice little thing to throw right there.
Honestly, yeah. I'm down.
But yeah, we can either go to North America or Africa next. Depends on what
We
you would like to
can
do.
carry on through Africa. So, of course, this is like the entrance exhibit. We kind of have two, actually, because that
Yeah.
kind of draws your attention over there. But if you're hoping to get, like, right into the main animals, this is where you would really go.
Yeah,
But
so
this is your baby.
yes, this was the first habitat we had in here, I think. These are African wild dogs, and kind of goes along with my theory for building zoos of when you're dealing with an introduction animal, you really need to find something, I call it kinetic, that it's got a lot of energy, a lot of movement. Some places they'll put like something big like a rhino at the front, but those things don't really move all around that much. When you watch these African wild dogs, in any other time than right now. Okay, there we go. They're moving around. I got the idea for some of this from Lincoln Park Zoo, because that's one of their intro animals. And yeah, I had a really, really fun time putting this habitat together
It
and making
came out
those
so nice.
those
And like
shade structures.
those are so cool. So these are one-way glass, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love how it looks. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. And I know you did like all this stuff over here. You threw the baobab tree over here. So you would feel like you're being immersed. In fact, I think one of the things that I'm not sure if I'll save this, but I kind of want to swap these trees out so the baobab does draw you in a little bit more.
I like that.
Actually, let's just pop that right out of there. We could do like some raised planter beds.
Yeah.
But I think that looks a lot better too. I don't know. Let's see it in the light. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's starting to shape up nicely. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you did so much beautiful work over here as well. Just like the walls, just leading you in. You have a little photo op area right over here. And this just feels like Africa right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love using the marula trees. I remember when I was in South Africa and on safari, like the bush is kind of overbearing, so it's like large parts of area are just this thick bush. And I don't think that anything in the game really captures that as much as the marula trees do.
Yeah, they just have like that special color to them. They kind of have like those berries in them. And it just has so much color, so much pop when it comes to exhibits. But it's nothing offensive on the eyes, because when I used to build, and this is something Scav, Valoga,
Oh yeah.
I used to use these all the time, but they were too bright. They were
Same thing
too
with the elephant
green.
grass.
Oh my gosh, that's the number one offender. Every single time I see like new players come in using this, I'm like, oh my
It's
gosh,
just like
save that.
Africa. No, not quite. You'll get
Shield
there.
your eyes. But I don't know. I just really love how well this is all coming together. And right over here, we're gonna skip the Kopi Cafe. You're doing some amazing work on the exterior already. I can't wait to tackle the interior.
Thanks.
But I'm so excited to see that. And since we're using the Africa pack now, well, Safari pack really, I can't wait to actually start using some pieces in there. But
Yeah, we were going no mods for a while, but I think you got
Yeah,
your fill of that with Sugar Pine.
yeah, I'm like, damn, I need to get back into them.
This
So
is
why
my
don't you
baby.
tell me about this right over here?
Yeah, so this is my baby. This is the Rhino Encounter. So the idea would be you'd get a reservation for the zoo to come in early in the morning when the animals are more active, and you'd come before we open, and you'd have breakfast here, and it'd be like catered by the zoo. Simple stuff like donuts and coffee. But then once you're done with breakfast, you'd come over to the sanitization station, got your lovely COVID hand sanitizer area. Love that blueprint. And then this little sink, I can't remember where I found that blueprint, but it's great. You get all washed up, and then to the left, you have your little Rhino Encounter area. And they can come right up to the glass. Well, not the glass, the barriers. But I worked really hard to try to get them to come over with these little herb markers that are cleverly hidden. But, you know, the animals do what the animals want to do.
Whenever I used to pop in on my own, of course they're not doing it because we're recording right now, but they would always be right up over here, and it's so cool to see.
It's such a cool view.
And I think you actually base this off of, like, right after I went to Zoo Tampa and fed the rhinos there, because I'm still geeking out about that. It's still, like, highlights of my 2021 year. Yeah, that's what year it is. But it was so cool getting to feed them. Of course, I fed an Indian rhino, but white rhinos are still beautiful nonetheless.
White rhinos are some of my favorite animals. And when you said something about a Rhino Encounter, I was like, wait, what? No, we're doing this right now. This was actually like the third time that I built a Rhino Encounter like this.
Oh my gosh.
Just because like I was really, really into the idea. But yeah, you come past this, and you've got your habitat here.
Oh, I love making the small habitats because you can fit so much detail in here. And I got to give a little shout out to Simply Savannah for these awesome fences, as always. But checking these guys out over here, I wanted to make like a little Aardvark Habitat. I forget what zoo I actually base this off of, but it's just a pretty neat zoo layout for aardvarks. And I just love how they're able to come all the way up to the fence over here.
It's such a good sightline.
It really is, and it just, like, it leads you on to check out more of it because it gives you a little taste, but you see the termite mounds. That's the word I'm looking for. Kind of like poking out, and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta check out the rest of it. So you walk around here, and I think I definitely do want to start continuing these on throughout the entire, like, right through here. Because this is such a really good trick to make it feel a lot more natural. But carry that on through over here, and you got, like, the main viewing area.
Yeah, we had a time and a half trying to get this habitat to work with the rhino one, but we finally got it to work.
Yeah. And I assume you found these on the Blueprint Workshop as well.
I'm a master of using blueprints.
Hell yeah. But, I don't know, I really love how this one came out. Originally, I was having, like, a hieroglyphic wall over there. But, unfortunately, I had to take it down because I had, like, a modded piece in there. And then I need to remake it because now we can actually use mods. Yeah. But I love... Oh, my gosh. I love it. But not as much as I love this over here.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so I took Leader's Pack and really went crazy with it for our meerkats. I really like how this turned out. He did such a good job with his meerkat pack. I love the wall. I love the fence. I love the little gates. It's just really cool. So I'm really happy with how this came out. It's one of my favorite small mammal habitats that I've made.
It looks amazing. I love it so much. And just like meerkats, I never think to build for meerkats. But just seeing you tackle them in like such a small area, it came out so well. Look at these little guys. Hold on, we're zooming in. Look at him sit. What a polite little gentleman. And of course over here you also have another viewing into the Rhino exhibit. Just really good sightlines all around.
Thank you.
Damn, I like it. And moving on from there, of course, this is also you. Like you said, Africa's your baby pretty much, but these guys...
So this is the Cheetah Habitat. I took a lot of inspiration from St. Louis's Enclosure. They've got a big, what do you call it, moat that they filled with bushes by the by the viewing area, but they also have mesh in the back that you can see the cheetahs as they're backstage, even when they're not on exhibit. And they've got like this thick bamboo that doesn't really work like it does in game, where you can actually like see through it, and you just see these shapes of the cheetahs stalking behind the habitat, and it's so cool.
I love it. Just like cheetah habitats, I think always benefit from large open spaces kind of like this, because you get to see them run around, you get to see them trot around too, kind of like that, like they're doing right now. But it's just always so cool to like showcase the best qualities of animals.
Yes.
And cheetah with their like speed and like their mobility, this is like the perfect exhibit kind of like that. I wish they actually moved around like this at Roger Williams, but that's a different story.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yep. But right over here, we're going to take a little peek at this over here. So this is our little Warthog exhibit, and
This is a leaf production.
Oh, this truly is a leaf production. So I want to have like this little bit of a riverbed theme, kind of like a dried out riverbed theming coming on throughout this entire thing. So you can see the little pipe right over there, and I have a one kind of opposite to this right over here in the next exhibit. We'll get to those in a little bit. But this is where I fell in love with like making the dry foliage kind of come out pretty well. And it just, oh my gosh, the fallen logs, the trees, everything in here. I'm surprised that they're actually able to traverse it, like you said before.
Yeah.
And, oh, man. And the blueprint you found back there is amazing as well.
Yeah, I can't remember who did it. We'll put together a collection of them when we're done with this.
Oh, yeah.
But,
go for it, sorry.
You did a really good job, and you have such a better grasp of, like, all these, like, dry foliage than I do. I really love making lush enclosures, but you made it feel that way, even using stuff that looks all dried out.
Hell yeah. And of course over here I want to have, speaking of dry, I want to have a little bit of like a semi-underwater viewing. I guess you could kind of say a water viewing. But the warthogs have this little bit of a mud path for them to kind of dip themselves in. And you can get right up to the glass and you can see them do their little warthog thing. And just like all the sight lines in here are perfect. You can see like right down there. You can see right down that little pathway as well. And of course, right over here, you can see right down that little straightaway right there. And I have a few herb scent enrichments around here. I think that's one right there that they can sometimes kind of go down into, but they never really do. But I don't know, just getting that entire exhibit together was so fun. And then this one came, where I was like, okay, I have a great thing over there. How do I make that the same thing over here? And it was just kind of a struggle to get that same impact from it, but I think it came out with a completely different one. Thank you. I think it came out with a completely different vibe, but it works so much to its advantage. So these are for the Fennec Fox. And, oh my gosh. I love how well this came out. And I know you said this was like an accidental, like, yeah, you have like an accidental tree over here, but it works so well because it gives like not only the Fennec Foxes, but the guests so much shade as well. And it just has that perfect dry texture to the tree.
Yes.
That it just immerses you in such a different little landscape. I love it. And of course you have another viewing right over here, like a better view of the exhibit, I'd say. But the Fennec Foxes don't really do much in here. They kind of just like always default to going back there, but they can pretty much traverse the entire exhibit.
I hope that I didn't trap any inside the barn when I placed that down. I did not really take and look.
Well, I think we only had one in here. The Warthog is using it. That's good at least.
Yeah.
But I really do love this exhibit, and like the tree makes it. Because at first, without it, I was like, huh, that's kind of boring, but throw that in there and it feels like you're peering through like a little bit of an African bush. I don't know, I really do like that.
So North America, then Savannah, and then the big finish?
Oh heck yeah, and then I'm getting a drink right after.
Yes.
But always right here we have our Grizzly Bears. This is actually based off an exhibit from a zoo called Arizona. A wonderful name, if I do say so myself. And we could actually hear our little elephants all the way back there just now. But right over here, we do have the Grizzly Bears. And I have 2 separate paddocks, one for the male right over here, and one for the female and the cubs. The male doesn't really get anything too special. In fact, I know I already told you before, but I do want to add some vents down here. Just so it can simulate, like, you know, it's dried up after not having water in it. I guess yeah, I can't add water into it, but that's fine. But there he goes. It seems like a kind of small exhibit, but I don't know. I'm more so concerned with the fact that it looks good.
Now, viewers be advised that when Leaf first built this, the side of the holding building was traversable. And so the bear would climb sideways from the one part to the other to get the drink. And it was so funny. I don't know if they do that anymore. But
they shouldn't.
I did tone down the orange on the background rocks today. Fine. I feel like the red rocks work on the ground, but the back, I feel like the muted tones kind of make it seem a little bit more natural too.
I didn't even notice, so that's perfect. Don't even worry. But I love this guy's exhibit, but I love the ladies' exhibit a little bit more. Just the fact that they have water in here is already good enough, but just, it feels so spacious. But you could still always get a good view of them from no matter where.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really helps add to it. I don't know, pretty neat. Nothing else to say. Nothing too crazy happening in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make an interior. Maybe not. Who knows? But
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It looks beautiful. And here's about where we stopped the last time.
Yeah. Yeah, we got this far into it last time.
Oh, yeah. But this is an amazing point to start off on anyways. So let me just actually bring our little friend out here. Because I know that they tend to...
They hide.
Yeah. Hide in where? Who knows, but... Okay, well, they're stuck somewhere, but we can just talk about this nonetheless.
I think this was one of the first ones that I built for this zoo. Before we even had a file, you said, we want to do a desert zoo, and we want it to be kind of Zoo Tampa, and we want it to be colorful. And I'm like, okay, the North America pack's new, I'll just go ahead and make a Cougar Habitat. And it turned out really, really well. Oh, he's right there!
Oh my god, where? Oh! There he is.
But yeah,
Cougars.
I really liked having this circular enclosure, and just a little water feature. And of course, as always, we've got the ever wonderful Carnivore Fences from Stoppable San.
He did such a good job on that. Just keep talking, my dogs.
Oh. Yes, so this is the Cougar Habitat. Leaf's dog is barking.
Okay. Okay, Carnivore Fences by Stoppable San.
Yes.
Bam.
And then, another Leaf production, we've got the Prairie Dogs next to it. Oh, yeah. It's climbing up the tree!
I didn't even notice they could do that. That's insane to have. But yeah, I wanted to do like a little prairie dog exhibit. Of course, I had to use Leader's little fences over here from the meerkats. I feel like his meerkat set kind of traverses over with prairie dogs anyways. But I wanted to have like the little guest bubbles over here. Nothing too crazy.
Kind of a little bit of Blackstone DNA.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right. So I want to have some of these guys in here as well. And I love how... I don't know. I love the mountainside exhibits for prairie dogs, and it makes sense for like the underground viewing as well. So you could kind of like understand that this is all kind of artificial. So the guests can kind of like walk under that. But you know what? We don't even need a build under there, so that's perfect. We can't even build under there, so that's even more perfect. But
there's so many of them in here.
Dogs. Yeah, I think there's at least like 30, maybe. No,
oh my gosh!
Like around 20. Yeah, it takes a lot to really make these exhibits really feel active, Because if you only have a couple of them in here, it's nothing really crazy, but once you actually get like a good amount in there, it's pretty cool. And just simulating like that you're in this hole right here, it's so cool to see like all of them go about.
Oh, the one just walked on top of it. That's so cool that they're traversable.
Oh my gosh, I'm a little upset that I missed it. But what else do we have?
We have the Savannah and the garden.
True. So let's check this out over here. It's nothing crazy. I kind of started this. You kind of started it. This is giraffes, ostrich, and zebra, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So
it's
I did
haphazard.
Yeah, I kind of did start this viewing structure over here, but I didn't really finish it. I
It's
really
really
wanted to
cool.
base it off of Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, because I know they have a really cool elevated giraffe platform. And I don't know, I just really do love the height that these guys kind of get. It's neat.
Yeah, I know, like, I can't remember if I said it in this recording or the last one, but we wanted to make this a very experiential zoo.
Yeah.
We have the kangaroo walkabout. We have the rhino feeding area. I think we might add like a giraffe feeding here, to be honest. You get the interactivity with the prairie dogs. It's all about getting those experiences with the animals. And so I really liked a lot of the conceptual stuff with this habitat.
Yeah.
I'm excited to make it finished up.
Heck yeah, me too. Because I definitely do want to have a little bit more of a footprint in here. I think I'm going to hit my stride with Australia over there. But
Yes.
we'll get there soon enough. I want to finish up Sugar Pine first and foremost.
Let's take the left path.
All right.
So when we started this zoo, we said something about like, oh yeah, we can have a botanical garden. And I'm like, that's great. And we're looking at the species list and I'm like, oh Leaf, you know me. I gotta build for my elephants. I gotta build some elephant stuff. And a bunch of the people that we were talking about this zoo with at first were like, this is such a small zoo for them. Why would there be elephants in this zoo? So we came up with an idea. We've got this botanical garden that's just nice to look at, but it's also a reserve for former elephants that have been in circuses.
That was such an amazing idea.
I love adding just little bits of backstory. So throughout here, now that we have the safari pack, we can add even more statues. But I tried to put as many statues as I could throughout this garden to just kind of make it feel a little bit more alive when you're walking through here. But, do you have the Pelican mod installed?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Okay. That's fine. There is a pond for pelicans in this area too.
We'll just hit shift so we can get... I love that fountain right there. Just the white fountain makes it feel so classy.
Yeah. We got this, I think, a modded aquatic path.
Oh, is this modded?
I think. Maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. Did you do this all custom? I don't have any mods installed.
This isn't...
Or do I?
Then what is this?
Is
this a queue?
Boss, I'm not too sure.
It's the...
Oh yeah, it's the mosaic path. I think I have that installed from Andrew Wyatt Zoo when I did the VR tour in there.
Well, it looks so cool.
It really,
this
honestly,
this is the Pelican Pond, and it's so blue, and I love how it looks when it's filled with birds. But
oh yeah,
alas.
We'll get them back in there soon.
And then, as always, I draw a lot of inspiration from my home zoo, the St. Louis Zoo, for my elephant enclosures, because their elephants are top-notch enclosure designs. So we've got a mix of African and Asian elephants in here. Some of the habitat's really sparse, but there are a few really nice viewing galleries if you can find them.
You got it.
Oh yeah, there's this little tunnel you come under. Can't really see much in there, but I really like the vibe of the tunnel.
It's pretty neat. I love just like simply using the faux rock pieces. It turns out so nice. It's beautiful. Hell
So
yeah.
there are like 3 different areas in this. And I think this is transitioning from the... This is the second one, I think. Maybe? I'm not sure. I did some changing in here today, and I can't even keep it straight now. Oh yeah, this is the second viewing.
It looks so nice. I just love big open areas with these guys.
And we just threw some bongos in there. Originally we had black buck, like a lot of them. But they got wiped in a transition from a modded computer to a non-modded computer, etc. But I think the bongos really work in here. We just wanted to have like something else smaller than the elephants to give it a little bit more life. Cause
I love their color too. They really help it pop.
The idea, probably, I would guess, with this being a sanctuary, is like you're not always going to have all of these elephants. Some of them are going to come in for a time. Some of them are going to go away. You might just have like 2 or 3 every so often. So you have to have something to kind of make it feel more alive while you're doing that. But yeah, if we keep going, we have an Indian and an elephant sign. An Indian and an African elephant sign.
An Indian and an elephant sign.
And you get another view at the Pelicans, and then this view for...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is directly inspired by St. Louis. They have a little waterfall in their elephant enclosure, and there's nobody over here at this point. This is not the big dramatic finale that I thought it would be, but it's...
We can pretend it. It's fine.
But yeah,
yeah, that is so beautiful. Just that entire trek. It feels so powerful just to have like this entire area dedicated to them. And like, of course, you get the pelicans in there. You might get like, 1 or 2 lizards crawling around in there. But
yeah,
just having this all dedicated to the elephants really does help to highlight them.
When we do the full end tour of a completed zoo, I'll have all my billboards ready to go. But one of the billboards that I have in that area is just like, please be sure to be quiet because these elephants might have been abused in their old lives, so like we need to be very respectful of that. So the garden is kind of disconnected from the rest of the zoo, that even though there's the elephants in there, it's supposed to be more of a quiet and peaceful area.
That's perfect. Just all that storytelling is amazing. Well, I think that's pretty much all we have to show right now.
Yeah, we'll be sure to have more. This is kind of the kick in the butt that we need to get back into this because it's been a little while.
Yeah, so if anyone particularly liked anything in here, definitely do let us know, because we're not inspired to work on this in the slightest.
Well, it comes in spurts. But yeah,
really does.
We're totally here for any sort of ideas of what we could do here. But yeah, it's been really interesting to kind of combine our 2 styles, where I like to really come at something with a big plan, and you really like to just go with the flow. And so having that happy medium where it comes together has been really cool, and I've appreciated it a lot. It's been so much fun building with you, Leaf.
It's been so fun building with you too, Forge. I can't wait to build with you again.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, please, thank you. Everyone, please, in the comments down below, please say thank you for coming on, Forge. You're literally the best. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Forge, any closing thoughts?
We like zoos, I guess,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we do. All right. We'll see you guys in the next episode of Bonita Springs Zoo. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.
See ya.